Hi everybody. Welcome back to the ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the swirling drama and emotional undercurrents of Port Charles as we explore the latest twists and turns for Tuesday, June 10th. From Cain's descent into darker territory to heartfelt farewells between Lucky and Lulu Spencer, and intense confrontations between Willow Corinthos and Nina Reeves, there's no shortage of intrigue. Let's unpack the myriad of emotions, hidden agendas, and shocking revelations that await the residents of this beloved town, with added layers of context and new imaginative details to enrich the storyline. Cain's troubling descent. In a town where secrets are currency, Cain seems to be cashing in on the darker side of his personality. On this eventful Tuesday, sources hint that Drew will stoop to new lows, driven by a volatile mix of jealousy and desperation. After witnessing a tender moment between Michael Corinthos, Willow, and their children at a local park, a scene brimming with laughter and love, Drew's envy ignites. He can't stand the thought of Michael having what he believes should be his, and this fuels a dangerous resolve. In a shadowy corner of the Metro Court, Drew is seen conspiring with Rick Lansing, his voice low and his eyes glinting with malice. Their heated exchange suggests Drew is plotting a ruthless maneuver, possibly tampering with evidence or spreading damaging rumors to sway the outcome of a brewing custody battle. This isn't just a skirmish for power, it's a personal vendetta that could shatter familial bonds. Will Drew's Machiavellian tactics backfire, or will they cement his place as a formidable, albeit sinister, force in Port Charles? Cody Bell's romantic gambit. Meanwhile, Cody Bell is stirring up his own brand of excitement as he approaches Carly Spencer with a proposal that's hard to resist. Under the golden glow of a late afternoon at Kelly's diner, Cody lays out his plan with a charming grin, his eyes sparkling with mischief. While details remain tantalizingly vague, whispers suggest this might involve a grand gesture for Molly Lansing Davis, perhaps a surprise engagement party or a meticulously planned getaway to rekindle their romance. Cody seeks Carly's blessing, knowing her influence in town could make or break his idea. Carly, ever the skeptic but softened by Cody's earnestness, listens intently as he weaves a tale of love's triumph. Could this be the start of a new chapter for Cody and Molly, or will unforeseen obstacles like Molly's lingering doubts about commitment throw a wrench in his heartfelt plans? Ava Jerome's unexpected connection. Over at the Metro Court pool, the always enigmatic Ava Jerome finds herself in lighter spirits as she bonds with Marco Rios, the intriguing new man in Lucas Jones' life. Amid the clinking of iced tea glasses and the playful shuffle of a card game, Ava's laughter rings out, a rare sound these days. Marco, with his easy charm and quick wit, seems to disarm even the usually guarded Ava. Their conversation dips into nostalgia as Ava shares anecdotes about her past art dealings, while Marco counters with tales of his travels as a freelance photographer. This unexpected camaraderie hints at a potential friendship or perhaps something more that could offer Ava respite from her usual web of schemes. But in Port Charles, trust is a fragile currency. Is Marco truly the breath of fresh air he appears to be, or does he harbor intentions that could complicate Ava's already tumultuous life? Elizabeth Baldwin's emotional confession. In a quieter corner of the hospital, Elizabeth Baldwin sits with Lucas Jones, her expression a mix of relief and melancholy. She opens up about her recent decision to decline Lucky Spencer's marriage proposal, a choice rooted in painful clarity. As she sips her coffee in the dimly lit break room, Elizabeth explains that tying Lucky down to Port Charles would be akin to caging a wild bird's restless spirit would inevitably chafe against domesticity. Lucas nods, understanding the weight of such a sacrifice, and offers a comforting hand on her shoulder. Elizabeth's voice trembles as she admits the fear of loneliness, yet she stands firm, believing this path allows Lucky the freedom he craves while protecting her heart from future fractures. This poignant moment underscores the depth of Elizabeth's character, her strength in letting go, even as it tears at her soul. How will she navigate this newfound solitude, and will Lucas become a pillar of support in the days ahead? Lucky and Lulu's bittersweet farewell. Speaking of Lucky Spencer, the winds of change blow strong as he prepares to leave Port Charles once more. His goodbye to Lulu Spencer is laden with unspoken emotions, set against the serene backdrop of the docks at dusk. The siblings stand close, the salty breeze mingling with their quiet tears, as Lucky reveals his plans to venture to a remote part of Africa for humanitarian work, a dream he's harbored for years. Lulu, though her heart aches at the thought of him being continents away, masks her sorrow with a brave smile, respecting his need to follow his path. They reminisce about childhood adventures and shared secrets, each memory a thread in the unbreakable bond they share. As they embrace, Lulu whispers a promise to keep the home fires burning, but then spoken fear lingers. Will distance erode their closeness, or will their connection defy the miles between them? Kristina Corinthos Davis risky inspiration. Elsewhere, Kristina Corinthos Davis is struck by a sudden burst of inspiration that could lead her down a perilous path. While flipping through old family photos in the Corinthos mansion, a daring idea forms a plan to intervene in Alexis Davis' blackmail ordeal, despite explicit warnings to steer clear. Kristina's determination shines as she paces the living room, brainstorming ways to unearth the truth behind the threats against her mother. Perhaps she considers enlisting an old friend with hacking skills or digging into archived records at the local library. However, her zeal might blind her to the dangers of meddling in affairs that powerful forces wish to keep buried. Will Kristina's protective instincts save the day, or will they plunge her family into deeper chaos? Brook Lynn Quartermaines' vow of honesty. On a more hopeful note, Brook Lynn Quartermaine is turning over a new leaf as she confides in Harrison Chase at a cozy picnic in the park. Under a canopy of ancient oaks, she pledges to embrace transparency, admitting past deceptions that strain trust with those she loves. Her eyes are earnest as she speaks of lessons learned, hoping to rebuild bridges, particularly with Giovanni Joe Palmieri. Yet, Joe remains a fortress. His response is clipped as he insists he's fine on his own, sketching alone by the lake. Despite his cold exterior, there's a flicker of curiosity in his gaze when Brook Lynn offers an olive branch. Might a shared passion for music or a forgotten family heirloom eventually soften Gio's defenses, or will his walls stand firm against reconciliation? Michael Corinthos' strategic move. Meanwhile, Michael Corinthos is orchestrating a clandestine meeting at the courthouse, a quiet maneuver away from prying eyes. Late in the evening, under the flickering fluorescent lights of a back office, he hopes to negotiate a custody agreement with Willow, aiming for an amicable resolution before legal battles escalate. His tone is measured, his arguments laced with concern for their children's well-being, as he proposes shared schedules and holiday plans. But beneath the calm facade, tension simmers. Mitchell knows Drew's interference looms like a storm cloud. Can he and Willow find common ground in this fragile moment, or will external forces sabotage their efforts at peace? Willow confronts Nina's secrets. The day's drama crescendos as Willow Corinthos confronts Nina Reeves in a charged encounter at Nina's office at Crimson. Willow's voice is sharp, her eyes searching, as she demands to know why Nina has been withholding truths from her. The air crackles with unspoken accusations, though it seems this clash centers on Nina's revelation about Sasha Corbin's baby's paternity, a bombshell that reshapes family dynamics. Nina, caught off guard, fumbles for explanations, her hands nervously shuffling papers on her desk. Yet, deeper secrets lurk beneath the surface, ones that could unravel Willow's world if exposed. As the two women stand at this crossroads, will honesty prevail, or will Nina's evasions drive a permanent wedge between them? Next, we will delve into the heart-wrenching turmoil rocking Port Charles as Brook Lynn Quartermaine grapples with shocking family revelations and her own buried secrets concerning her son, Giovanni Joe Palmieri. The drama unfolds with layers of betrayal, hidden truths, and emotional reckonings that threaten to upend relationships at every turn. From the explosive fallout of the nurse's ball bombshell to whispers of paternity scandals, let's explore the intricate web of deceit, pain, and longing that defines Brook Lynn's current journey. Enriched with fresh perspectives and imaginative details to deepen the narrative, the shocking revelation, and Brook Lynn's rage. In the gilded halls of the Quartermaine estate, they are as thick with tension as Brook Lynn Quartermaine unleashes her fury on her mother, Lois Trullo, and grandmother, Gloria Trullo. The devastating truth dropped like a grenade at the recent nurses' ball. Joe Palmieri, a young man raised right under her nose in Port Charles, is the child she gave up for adoption during her turbulent teenage years. As she paces the grand living room, her voice trembling with a mix of anguish and outrage, Brook Lynn accuses Lois and Gloria of robbing her of precious years with her son. They orchestrated the adoption in secret when she was just 15, believing it was for her own good, shielding her from the burdens of early motherhood. Now, surrounded by ancestral portraits that seem to judge her pain, Brook Lynn mourns the lost lullabies, first steps, and school plays she never witnessed. Her anger burns hotter as she thinks of Dante Falconeri, the presumed father, who was also kept in the dark. Will this betrayal fracture the family beyond repair, or can forgiveness find a foothold amidst the hurt? A deeper deception, Brook Lynn's hidden truth. Beneath the surface of Brook Lynn's righteous indignation lies a secret so heavy it could crush the very ground she stands on. As she lashes out at her family during a stormy confrontation on the estate's sprawling veranda, with thunder rumbling ominously in the distance, there's a flicker of guilt in her eyes that even the pouring rain can't wash away. Sources whisper that Brook Lynn harbors a darker lie. During that fateful summer of her youth, she was entangled not only with Dante but also with Cody Bell in a fleeting romance under the stars at a local fairground. To avoid a tangled mess of uncertainty, she pinned Gio's paternity on Dante, a decision that seemed safer at the time. Now, as she clutches a worn photograph of that summer, hidden away in a locked drawer, the weight of her deception gnaws at her. If this truth spills out, it could unravel every bond she holds dear. Can Brook Lynn maintain the facade of the wrong party, or will her own betrayal come to light, casting her as the true deceiver? The paternity puzzle, Cody Bell's potential claim. Rumors swirl through the cobblestone streets of Port Charles like autumn leaves caught in a gust, hinting that Cody Bell might be Gio's true father. That long-ago summer, beneath the twinkling lights of a carnival, Brook Lynn and Cody shared stolen moments that could have life-altering consequences. She buried this possibility deep, opting to name Dante as the father to simplify the narrative and protect her heart. But what if Cody, spurred by a nagging suspicion after a chance encounter with Joe at Kelly's diner where he notices an uncanny resemblance in their shared lopsided grin, begins to question the story? Or perhaps Lulu Spencer, ever the investigative soul, stumbles upon an old journal or hospital record while sorting through family keepsakes in her attic. If the truth emerges, it could shatter Dante's budding connection with Joe, built on years of missed opportunities, and leave Brook Lynn's husband, Harrison Chase, reeling from the dishonesty. The stakes couldn't be higher. Will this secret remain entombed, or is its resurrection inevitable? The ripple effects on Joe and family ties. The implications of Brook Lynn's hidden truth stretch far beyond her own conscience, threatening to wound the very son she yearns to know. Joe Palmieri, already navigating the choppy waters of his adoption revelation, sits alone on the docks at sunset, staring at the horizon as if answers might sail in with the tide. Learning that his paternity might not be as clear-cut as presented could alienate him further, deepening the chasm between him and Brook Lynn just as they begin to bridge it. At a tense family gathering at the Corinthos compound, where laughter masks underlying strain, Dante might turn cold if he discovers he's been misled, his pain a silent storm brewing behind his eyes. Sonny Corinthos, a patriarch with a fierce sense of loyalty, could shift his protective allegiance. While Tracy Quartermaine, never one to mince words, might sneer at Brook Lynn's hypocrisy during a biting exchange over brandy in the library. If Brook Lynn's lie overshadows her outrage at Lois and Gloria, will she lose the moral ground she stands on, or can she weave her way through this minefield of mistrust, navigating the betrayal and seeking redemption? As Brook Lynn wrestles with the dual blades of being betrayed and being the betrayer, her path forward is fraught with uncertainty. In a quiet moment of reflection at the hospital chapel, where flickering candles cast long shadows, she confides in Ned Quartermaine, whose own history of family secrets offers a sympathetic ear. Ned, leaning against a pew with a furrowed brow, shares her hurt over Lois and Gloria's silence, recounting his own shock at the nurse's ball when the truth about Joe cascaded over the crowd like a sudden downpour. Yet, Brook Lynn's internal struggle looms larger. How can she condemn her family while guarding a lie that could inflict even greater damage? She dreams of a day when she can sit with Joe under the ancient willow tree in the park, sharing stories of her youth, perhaps even revealing the full truth. But for now, every step feels like walking on glass. Will she find the courage to face her own deception, or will she double down on the narrative she's crafted? The future of trust in the Quartermaine clan. The Quartermaine family, a tapestry of ambition and hidden agendas, stands at a crossroads as this saga unfolds. Late-night conversations in the mansion's opulent study, with the fireplace crackling as the only witness, reveal the fractures beneath their polished exterior. Lois and Gloria, though wounded by Brook Lynn's accusations, hold firm in their belief that they protected her teenage self from a burden too heavy to bear. Their tearful recounting of those painful decisions, made over whispered deliberations in a small Brooklyn diner years ago, paints a picture of sacrifice rather than malice. Yet, if Brook Lynn's secret about Cody surfaces, her anger might be seen as a hollow echo, undermining her quest for justice. The potential fallout could redefine alliance. Will Chase stand by her through the storm, or will the weight of her lie strain their vows? Can the family rally around Joe, offering him stability as he uncovers his roots, or will this cascade of revelations leave permanent scars? Next, we will uncover the thrilling news sweeping through Port Charles as a beloved figure prepares to make a grand re-entrance. Amid the bittersweet echoes of Jonathan Jackson's departure as Lucky Spencer during the week of June 9th to 13th, fans are buzzing with joy over the announced return of Thiebaud to the iconic ABC soap. Set to grace our screens once more starting in July, this comeback promises a wave of nostalgia and fresh intrigue. Join us as we delve into the details of Thiebaud's return, speculate on the potential resurrection of her iconic character Dr. Britt Westburn, and explore the rich tapestry of her journey in Port Charles with added layers of imagination and new narrative twists. A long-awaited return to Port Charles. The cobblestone streets of Port Charles are abuzz with whispers of a familiar face returning to stir the pot of drama and emotion. According to recent reports from Deadline, Thiebaud is slated to rejoin the General Hospital cast in July, a development that has fans on the edge of their seats. While the network remains tight-lipped about whether she will reprise her role as the complex and captivating Dr. Britt Westburn, a character she portrayed intermittently since 2012, speculation runs rampant. Thiebaud herself expressed her elation to Deadline, saying, "It is good to be home," a sentiment that echoes through the hearts of viewers who have missed her fiery presence. As the summer sun begins to warm the docks of Port Charles, could her return signal a new chapter for a character long thought lost to tragedy? The anticipation is palpable as we await her first steps back into this tumultuous world, perhaps strolling through the hospital corridors with that signature blend of charm and cunning. The legacy of Dr. Britt Westburn, a villain turned hero. For those who've followed Britt Westburn's arc, her journey is nothing short of a roller coaster carved from villainy to redemption. When Thiebaud debuted in 2012, Britt stormed into Port Charles as a calculating antagonist, her schemes as sharp as the scalpels in her medical kit. Known as the Britch for her icy demeanor, she orchestrated chaos with a smirk, particularly in her early manipulations at General Hospital, where she tangled with staff and patients alike over power plays and personal grudges. Over time, however, beneath the harsh exterior, a wounded heart emerged, softened by love and loss. Her transformation captivated audiences, especially during her passionate romance with Jason Morgan, a relationship that sizzled with intensity until his presumed death in 2021 left Harren fans heartbroken. Britt's later years saw her fighting for redemption, mending fences, and even saving lives with newfound compassion, earning Thiebaud 2 consecutive Daytime Emmy nominations in 2022 and 2023 for Outstanding Supporting Actress, with a well-deserved win in 2022. Could her return revive this legacy, or will a new persona emerge from the ashes of her past? A shocking exit, and the possibility of resurrection. Britt Westburn's departure from Port Charles was a gut punch to fans, marked by a tragic end at the hands of the Hook serial killer revealed to be Heather Weber in 2023. The scene, set under the eerie glow of a winter moon on the docks, saw Britt's life slip away in a moment of brutal finality, leaving viewers mourning a character who had grown so dear. Her death seemed as definitive as they come, with tearful goodbyes echoing through the hospital halls as colleagues and loved ones grieved. Yet, in the fantastical realm of daytime drama, where the impossible often becomes reality, hope flickers like a candle in the wind. If the writers could weave a tale to bring back Jake Weber from the presumed dead, why not craft an intricate plot to resurrect Britt? Perhaps a long-lost twin sister, hidden in the shadows of a distant European clinic, could surface with Britt's face but a darker agenda. Or maybe a groundbreaking medical experiment, funded by a mysterious benefactor with ties to the Casadini family, could explain her return from the grave. The possibilities are endless, and the Port Charles rumor mill is already spinning with wild theories as July approaches. Thiebaud's storied tenure on General Hospital. Thiebaud's history with General Hospital is a patchwork of dramatic entrances and exits, each stint adding depth to her character's narrative. First bursting onto the scene in 2012, she embodied Brit with a chilling menace that made her a standout villain, clashing with icons like Sabrina Santiago in hospital boardroom battles over ethical lines and romantic rivalries. After a brief departure in 2015, she returned from 2017 to 2018, showcasing Brit's evolving humanity during late-night confessions in the hospital break room, where vulnerability replaced venom. Her final run from 2020 to 2023 cemented her as a fan favorite, particularly as Brit navigated grief and love with Jason Morgan. Their stolen moments at the Metro Court rooftop bar etched in viewers' memories. Each chapter of Thiebaud's tenure added layers to Brit, from schemer to savior, reflecting the actress's remarkable range. Now, as she prepares to step back into this world, will she revisit familiar territory? Or will the writers unveil an entirely new role, perhaps a distant relative with a vendetta tied to Brit's past misdeeds? The heartfelt romance with Jason Morgan. One of the most electrifying aspects of Brit Westburn's storyline was her tumultuous romance with Jason Morgan, a pairing that lit up screens with raw chemistry. Their relationship, born amidst danger and deception, deepened over clandestine meetings in dimly lit safe houses, where whispered secrets mingled with forbidden passion. Jason's presumed death in 2021, crushed under rubble in a dramatic tunnel collapse, left Brit shattered. Her grief palpable as she clutched his leather jacket, a relic of better times during solitary moments at the pier. Fans ached as she mourned, unaware that Jason would return in 2024, a year too late to reunite with her. Now, with Thiebaud's return on the horizon, could the stars align for a second chance at love? Imagine the charged moment of their reunion in the hospital courtyard, under blooming cherry blossoms, where past pains and unspoken apologies hang heavy in the air. Or will fate play a crueler hand, keeping them apart through new obstacles or hidden enemies from Jason's underworld ties? The potential for heartbreak or healing is a tantalizing prospect. Fan excitement and creative hopes for Brit's return. The announcement of Kelly Thiebaud's return has set General Hospital fandom ablaze with excitement, social media feeds overflowing with theories and wishes as vibrant as a Port Charles sunset. Fans reminisce about Brit's most iconic moments, like her daring escape during a hospital hostage crisis, proving her courage beyond shemming, and yearn for her sharp wit to cut through the town's drama once more. Many hope for a miraculous revival, perhaps involving a secret Lazarus-like project funded by Victor Cassadin's shadowy legacy, bringing Brit back with a renewed purpose to protect her mother Liesl Obricht from emerging threats. Others speculate she might return as a ghostly vision, guiding characters like Nina Reeves through moral dilemmas with cryptic advice and dream sequences at the old Windermere estate. Whatever form her comeback takes, the creative minds behind General Hospital have a treasure trove of opportunities to weave Thiebaud's talent into the fabric of Port Charles. Will they honor Brit's legacy with a triumphant return, or surprise us with an entirely new character to love or loathe? Conclusion: a new chapter awaits. As July nears, the return of Kelly Thiebaud to General Hospital promises to inject fresh energy into the ever-evolving saga of Port Charles. Whether she reprises the beloved yet tragic Dr. Brit Westburn through a daring plot twist or introduces a new persona with ties to the town's storied past, her presence is sure to reignite old flames and spark new conflicts. From her villainous beginnings to her redemptive arc and unforgettable romance with Jason Morgan, Thiebaud's journey has left an indelible mark on fans. Stay tuned to the ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel as we eagerly await her comeback, ready to uncover the mysteries and emotions that will unfold. What surprises lie in store for this returning star? Join us to find out.